Okay, hello everyone and welcome to another episode of tutorials for Transport Tycoon. Today we are going to be doing the heli pilot job. So, as you may be able to tell, the graphics for me are different now because I've actually installed the Natural Vision Remastered. But it does make nighttime very dark, so I will potentially be having to sort of brighten it up in post, and I think I'll be installing the optional extra brighter nights for future videos because this may be well too dark. But we're going to try it for now and see how it looks. So, as usual, we need to get the job before we can do the job. So, instead of going to this job centre, I've actually started us off at the job centre in Los Santos Airport, because we need to go to the airport to get the helicopter and to fly the helicopter, so we might as well get the job from here. So you come up the stairs to the flight school and the job centre is up on here, and from there you just need to go down and select helicopter pilot. Now I'm already pilot, so it hasn't changed for me, but we will now head over to where you would need to buy a helicopter if you don't have one yet. Now this job is not for people that have just started. This is for people that have done a bit of trucking and earned a bit of money, because the first helicopter actually costs $60,000. So if you've just started, you won't be able to afford that. There are no level requirements though, it is just a money limit. I'll wait for Vlad to get out of the way. Okay, so when you're first getting the helicopter, you need to buy it from the aircraft shop, same as any plane, and that's where we're heading right now. So I don't think I've actually bought the first helicopter on here because I already had some of the levels when the system got sort of revitalized, so I may well be able to actually buy the first helicopter right now. So as you can see, we're in job helicopters, and the first one is the Buzzard, which costs $60,000. And there we go, I can actually buy it. I don't have it yet. So there we are. So now that we've got the Buzzard, we can head over to on the map, over here at this red helicopter icon. That is where we need to get the job. So that's where we'll be heading. Now the helicopter pilot job is essentially like an Airbus kind of job. So we need to pick up some passengers and then ferry them around to different locations on the map. Generally for the low levels you'll be in the city most of the time, but as you level up you will go further and further afield. So as you can see, we need to press E to start a tier 1 heli tour route, which we will do. And these helicopters can get through fuel quite quickly if you're not careful. So it's a good idea to fuel up before every route. And there's no time limit on the routes, so you can feel free to do this without any worries. Okay, so I believe for tier 1 you only have to do 4 stops. So that's not too bad. And unlike other jobs, the heli pilot job is actually calculates your reward based on how far you've had to fly. So it's not just a set amount for each drop. If you have to fly further, you'll get more, which is nice. And as with all these sort of route-based jobs, at the end there is a bonus for completing the entire route. But we're heading over to the first marker now, which is shown by a yellow circle, but at the moment it's being a bit covered up. There we go, we can see it now. And there's the blue circle at the helipad that we need to land on. So we're just going to come down, land on that helipad, and we can press E to pick up our passengers. There we are. So now they're in the helicopter. And as you can see, 1 out of 4, we need to go to Richard's Majestic, which is just over here. So as it is based on distance that you fly to get money, you will find that at lower levels you won't earn a crazy amount. It's still very good for a tier 1 job. Actually, you do earn quite a lot of money. So as you can see, for that we've got on 1,600 for that stop and 1 heli pilot voucher. Now that's because that was such a short route. And also the tier of helicopter you're in will increase the amount of money you get as well. So at the level I'm at, I'm level 50 currently, so I can use a higher level helicopter than this. And with that helicopter, with the one before the one I'm using now, if I had to go, say, from Los Santos to Sandy Shores, I may have earned anywhere from 90 to 100,000 for that flight, which is very good. But then with the next helicopter, for the same destination, like going from the same place to the same place, I could earn anywhere from 120 to 130,000. So the tier of helicopter matters just as much as the distance. But there we go, because that one was a bit longer, we've gotten 3 vouchers and $4,000 instead of 1,001 voucher. So we're now going to head to the 3rd destination. And once you've gone to every destination, you do also have to drop people off again as well. So we're going to head over to this place. Now as you can see, this is quite far away compared to the other ones, so we should get quite a decent amount of money for this one. So coming to land over here. Whoop. Easy does it. And there we are. So now we need to head to the last destination of the tour, and then we can drop our people off again. Now as you can see, it's saying that there are 4 stops for this route, and that is because it's the tier 1 with the first helicopter. The helicopter I'm currently using has 18 stops, and they can be anywhere on the map. So the heli pilot job can become quite long. It can take a very substantial amount of time to complete a full route, but because it's all based on distance and amount of effort and time you have to put in to calculate your reward, it's still a very effective way of making money, because even though it takes longer, you're getting a lot more for it. So there we go, we've now gone to every destination, and we need to return the passengers to the clock tower where we picked them up from. So you can come round all these tall buildings, try not to crash into anything. And you can see these helicopters are not that slow either. Even this tier 1 helicopter can easily reach 120 miles an hour. So, and the ones, they don't go up massively from that, but I believe the Swift can even reach 140 miles an hour if you're diving it out of the sky. So they are quite rapid. And there we are, we've dropped our person off, we got 4,000 for the actual drop off, and then we've gotten $78,000 bonus and 25 vouchers. So in one route we have earned well over the cost of this helicopter. It has paid itself back in a single route, and you will find that with pretty much all of the helicopters. They are very much worth their effort and money to put in to get a good profit. But we will now fly back to LSIA, because that is where you would need to then go to pick up another route. You can see the fog is pretty thick with this natural vision remaster as well. You can barely see where we're going. Okay, so because we've only had to fly around Los Santos itself, we haven't had to use too much fuel. As you can see, we've only used about 20%. But when you have to do 18 stops that can go all the way from Los Santos to Palito Bay and back again 18 times if you're unlucky, then it can start using up your fuel pretty quickly. Oh, I've accidentally picked up another job. We'll quickly stop that. There we go. But that is essentially all there is to it for helicopter pilot jobs. I've taken off a helmet and put earphones on. That makes sense. But yeah, so Thank you for watching this tutorial. Please leave a like if you found it useful and subscribe for more tutorials on Transport Tycoon on FiveM.